From Tampa Bay's #1 news station, this is the Fox 13 4 o'clock news.
Well, coming up, lighting up the night thanks to Florida's sunshine. How these solar streetlights are helping keep the lights on even after the storm. Well, imagine a streetlight that banks the Florida sunshine all day and then flips the switch when night falls.
So streetlights are everywhere, but the funny thing is that they haven't used new technology for the last 50 years. Everybody's been using LEDs the last 10 years. I guess that's something new, but that technology's been around for a long time. So the question we asked at Streetleaf is not only why isn't every streetlight LED powered, but why isn't also solar and battery powered? My name is Liam Ryan, I'm the CEO of Streetleaf, and I got involved in this project almost 5 years ago. We explored finding something that was off-grid and something that eventually led into the birth of Streetleaf. So streetlights are actually pretty nominal as far as power consumption, anywhere from like 30 to 200 watts that are used. It's really an issue at the grid edge. And what I mean by that is they're not using a lot of power, but it takes a lot of infrastructure to actually run that power to streetlight, especially in more rural communities or after extreme weather events where there's issues with the grid. So it's not so much about power as it is about reliability that kind of goes into streetlights. Streetleaf and our solar and battery powered streetlights are great here in the Sunshine State because even though we have a lot of sunshine, there's not actually as many solar and battery incentives as there are in other parts of the country. Our lights are actually one of the few 100% renewable powered products that you don't need incentives for to make cost effective today. So as it relates to the power grid going out in like hurricanes or extreme weather events, that's where our lights thrive. And what we saw in some of the communities where the power was completely out for days is people literally having a picnic under the light because it's the only source of power, the only source of light in that community itself. So that kind of spoke to us about the power of resilient technology, but also just like having light in your home, in your environment as a kind of security blanket. So we have a little over 8,000 streetlights deployed in the state of Florida. We're Tampa Bay, so the majority of them are along the western Florida coast, but we have streetlights throughout the state. We're laser focused on streetlights and roadways. Right now, we're primarily in Florida, and we're going throughout the Sun Belt. Our goal is to have every streetlight, which is 55 million in the United States, be solar and battery powered. At Streetleaf, we're narrow in our scope as how we make a more resilient community. We're just focused at streetlights at the moment. But it is important just to have these little innovations, whether it's streetlights, whether it's home energy storage, to kind of just push the needle forward, and that's what we're excited about that we're doing at Streetleaf.